Cool.
And we're back.
Time to enjoy.
Wow. Welcome to Requiem for a Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. This is Adam Pecora, joined by
Chef Juice.
Justice himself. We got a big one today, folks.
Yeah, we are. We actually, it's finally here.
It's a big moment. It really is. It was a long journey here.
Within the RFAT audio network canon, you know, nobody's seen the way of water. And I'm really excited to get into this today.
What do you mean within the canon? Nobody has. Just me? Because I'm the only one in the canon?
Well, I asked several people when it came out on Microwave Minutes if they had seen it.
I see.
And everybody said no.
Which, they're lying.
Well, I hope that
How
by
does a movie
now.
make
I hope that by
$2.5 billion
now.
nobody saw it, but I also didn't see it. So who am I?
Yeah, it took you how long? When did it come out?
Well,
when did you see it?
I blame.
You gonna blame IMAX for everything?
No, I don't want to besmirch the wrong country, but like Singapore or some shit. Wherever I got that bunk ass Blu-ray from, that's what derailed the whole thing. Rate, review, subscribe to Requiem for a Tuesday, Apple, Spotify, you name it, we're on it. Check out the music, Multiplex, and WolfX, and listen to Justice's show Microwave Minutes, as well as Chef Juice, streaming everywhere. That's a lot of stuff. All of it's linked in the description below. Please enjoy.
MicrowaveMinutes.com, MicrowaveMinutes.com, MicrowaveMinutes.com. That's my plug.
Hit it. All right.
So, yeah, it came out December 16th, 2022. And it took you just saw it.
6 months.
Wow. Almost on the day? Was it on Monday that you saw it, maybe?
I saw it on Saturday.
I'm sorry, wait. Did you see it tomorrow? Did
Yes.
That puts us at the 15th, people. That puts us at the 15th.
Correct.
Anyway.
Little early recording insider stuff for y'all.
Yeah, there you go. Your boy James Cameron.
The best. What a master.
Not Ari Aster.
Yeah, you fucking prick. Don't you dare.
Yes.
Don't you dare.
Yes. It was, I mean, honestly, with the way that this new Avatar went, like, James Cameron still...
See, no, here's what's annoying is that you saw this Avatar and still said the Ari Aster thing. You're acting like you just saw it, too. You saw it in theaters.
I did.
So you had already seen this and were still like, yeah, he's whatever. You're such a dumbass.
I don't know. What did you think about The Way of Water?
Beautiful. I loved it. Listen, right away, he cleans up all the fat. He's just like, look, Sigourney Weaver's in it again. Why? Because we want her back in the movie.
Yeah.
He's like, it doesn't have to make sense. She's in the movie because she's my friend. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're just like, fuck it. If we try to, like, make some dumb canon thing here just to explain this thing, whatever. She's in it again.
Yeah.
It's a magical world. We can do whatever we want.
Because she's, like, always connected in the roots, right? Or whatever?
Right. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh.
They consistently revisit her.
Yeah, she's pretty semi-central to the plot. Like
yeah.
Clutch. She comes up clutch in the plot. And then they're like, oh, the villains are back, and they're bigger and badder. How? Who cares? It's the future, and this is an alien world. What the fuck difference does it make? They're back. You know what I mean?
And it was because they had clones of themselves.
Effectively, yeah. Like their brain
the clones
data
were
was
in
saved.
the Navi clones that they linked to and made. That was the whole thing, which was amazing.
Correct.
Super fun.
But I'm just saying, and it's just like, oh, well.
Great new take on a bad guy, you know. It's actually like your relative.
Well, right, that too. The fact that there was like the kid thing too. But yeah.
Yeah. Super fun.
But they were like, what's the explanation? It's future science. You know?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
They're bigger and badder now. And since it's the same guy, we don't need all this exposition. You know?
Yeah.
It was just like, let's do the quickest recap we can do, and then let's just look at some fun shit again.
Yeah.
Remember all the fun shit?
Yep.
You know? And the beginning of the original Avatar is fun. You know, like the training stuff, because everybody loves a good training fish out of water combination, especially a nice montage.
But a fish in water. Now that's what we're dealing with this time.
Exactly.
That new species, they're like, oh, by the way, now that we got all this out of the way and we're really clearly moving you forward, we're going to make 5 of these. So here's a brand new race of, you know what I mean?
Well, so here's a big compliment that I have for this that I think is a detractor of the first movie. It suffered from like a Star Trekian thing where they're like, oh, we're on this very specific planet.
Yeah.
But they're really just in like one town the whole time, like in a Star Trek episode. They're talking to like 10 people.
Yeah.
But it's representing an entire planet, and it always gets lost to me. It's like, well, so there's like 3 billion people on this planet or whatever, but the Star Trek guys are changing the whole world somehow in 20 minutes.
Right.
It's a budgetary constraint of the show and a whole nother thing. But happened in the first one.
That's what happened in the first one.
It's set in the one village.
Yeah.
And it's a very small battle. But now they're like, let's explore the rest of the goddamn planet.
Yeah.
And the battle is still very small, which is good. Because if it's a global scale warfare, which is what this is going to lead to, you know, Avatar 4 is going to be world planetary warfare. You can only imagine.
Yeah. So they got to keep putting it off because they don't know if we're going to end first.
No, they keep putting it off because they're going to keep costing $500 million to make. So they need to make sure that they keep generating $2 billion.
Yeah.
You know, if the third one, all of a sudden people aren't down to go, they're not going to keep making them probably. But yeah, so it's like, okay, we're going to go to a whole new region of the planet now. And it is a completely different place with a different language, and people have different skin color and body shapes. And it's like, oh, they've thought of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've been working.
I'm very interested to see where we go with it in the next one, because that was the best. Like, all the underwater stuff was super beautiful.
Amazing.
The relationship with those other creatures was really, really fun, and I could watch.
It was a little silly that they could just talk to each other, I thought, but whatever.
Not for me. I didn't think it was weird at all.
I mean, they do like tail bond with dragons to fly, you know, so it's like whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, same thing. It's just like, it's just sick. Just enjoy it.
All the
and the action sequences were perfect. No notes, no confusion. Like, he's the best action sequencer.
Yeah.
You know?
All that shit at the end, you know, with Jake and getting back onto that boat, that entire scene
and then
was
people keep
super
needing to
beautiful.
swap on and off. Like, the kids end up off, but then one of them got left behind.
Yes.
So somebody else goes back. Like, and it was like, oh, it can't just end.
All those like chase sequences of him on his creature, and then people in the water and up top and on the dock,
and
like
then there's
all
a
of
helicopter
that,
and
but
somebody's
you
on it.
clearly could read like where he was at the entire
it makes
time
perfect
perfectly.
sense. The tracking is unbelievable, considering that none of it's real. Also, like
so true to what I don't know, just where I was at in the movie the entire time. You know,
unbelievable.
Loved that.
Unbelievable. So everything was just so fluid and perfect the entire time.
All the stress that you felt of like his husbandly duties to his wife.
I love that too.
It was like,
it's just regular parenting.
Yeah.
It's like sitcom parenting.
It was so good, and also just like she was really good the entire time.
See, I think that's what people don't understand about this movie, that want it to be like a sci-fi-y, like nerdy, like everything needs to be like canon and make sense and blah, blah. It's like, that's not what Avatar's trying to be.
Yeah.
It's just trying to be fun.
Yeah.
Like James Cameron movies always are.
Yeah.
You know? Like Terminator 2 is funny as hell. You could call that movie an action comedy if the action wasn't so intense and perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just fun. The whole thing's just trying to be a fucking great, entertaining time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like Alien. They weren't thinking about canon. They are now. And they have to like, and that's why some of these new like prequel sequels don't work, because They're just trying to cram in so much info instead of it just being like fun. You know? That's what this isn't like. They're not like trying to establish stuff. They're not trying to like force all these things upon you that like Marvel. They're not trying to sell toys. You know? And that's what people point to in terms of like, oh, does Avatar have a place in culture? It's like, well, they didn't commercialize it, if that's what you're asking. That's what people's point is when they try to say that, I feel like.
Yeah.
But it's like, so what that they didn't, it's not Rick and Morty and it's not on every product I've ever seen. That's great.
Yeah.
Let it be a movie.
Yeah.
Because that's all it wants to be. You know? He's trying to make movies and that's it. Just because they're not exploiting it and ruining it, that doesn't mean it doesn't have a place in culture, because people showed up to the theater and it made $2 billion, you know? Only like 2 movies made more money than it, and one of them was Avatar. Like, people will go see these things. The idea that they're not like relevant or whatever is total bullshit that's made up.
Yeah.
It's internet discourse because it's not exploited like everything else. And people just expect that, but they just didn't do that, which is great. I applaud James Cameron for that. Because I'm sure Disney wants that. I'm sure they want animated series and, you know, all the shit they do for everything else. And 2 now Disney Plus shows and whatever.
Yeah. Well, I will say
the whole thing is
that
the movie.
the ride at Disney was for in the universe of the new. What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean it's different?
I mean, in terms of like exploiting it. That's just sick.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Like, that's dope.
Like, a ride is cool.
As long as the
like,
ride is amazing.
Putting him on every fucking shirt. All the merch in the Avatar world was fucking incredible.
See what I mean?
Pandora
like, if it's
was
meticulous
amazing.
and thought out, then I'm all for it, no matter what it is.
Right.
But
the exploitation, it comes in when it's like really overdone.
When it's like
really saturated.
When it's like Marvel's Moon Knight.
Yeah.
You're like, who cares? What?
Yeah. Not a big fan of.
Or when it's like
Marvel,
whatever Marvel, Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
All right.
And I don't really do Marvel, but
Ant-Man 4. It's like, okay, you know, all that type of shit. Well, and just the fact like it's the McDonald's toy. It's obviously there are more comic books out now, which isn't a problem. I guess that's good that industry is actually getting a boost for once. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But T-shirts everywhere, posters everywhere, in commercials everywhere. Like, you know, this thing presented by whatever superhero, always. But it's not like, I don't know, there's not like Avatar spin-offs and all. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Now, if they had...
The advertising campaign was extensive. That's not really what I'm saying. But you know what I mean? Just the watering down of like, well, we need more. It's like, no, we're telling one big thing and that's all. Like, we don't need a spin-off show, and we don't need the Avatar the podcast and the after show, and you know what I mean? Just trying to squeeze as much out of it. We don't need T-shirts in every store, and like now there's going to be books that tell different stories about this and that. Just all the spin-off shit that ends up happening.
Like what they're doing with Harry Potter. I think that's a pretty good comparison.
Yeah, or even like the way Star Wars exploded in like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Into all those different branches where there's different canons and different novels and all this type of shit.
I have some of those comic books.
Now, maybe these things are happening to Avatar and I'm just not aware of it, but it's just not in my face like all the other stuff is, I guess, is mainly the point.
So maybe we could water it down a little bit and we can make Airbnbs that are like all the places that they were living in, because I would love to stay in their first house. You know, their first little apartment.
The forest house?
Yeah.
Or, no, see, I like the sea house.
The sea house was better.
It's just like a big old cup.
It's cool.
He's living in cups.
All of them
awesome.
are so cool.
Yeah. Oh, you want to sleep in a hammock? Yeah.
Yeah.
I sure do.
Everything would fall to the middle, I guess, if it wasn't taut enough.
Yeah. Well, no. They seem to have great bioengineering.
Yeah.
So.
They're like large cups, large and wide cups. Stay in this large, wide cup by the sea if you would like to enjoy. If you would like to feel like you're a Navi.
But yeah. So overall, loved it.
It was great. I had a great time.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Absolutely.
The flying sequences too were super fun. That guy trying to learn how to fly, the lieutenant or whatever, the bad guy, he was very or he was very Captain Hook, you know?
And because this movie had a lot less explaining to do,
they played with all of it, all of the creatures, all the nature, the culture. It was fun.
Just fun. It was just light and fun, or really intense and really fast.
Yeah.
It was nothing else other than those two things, which is great. And it was always visually incredible.
I feel like a quarter of the movie was just like...
The score also, let's take a second, was magnificent.
Beautiful time.
Magnificent score. I can't believe it took this long to bring it up.
Yeah, so I feel like a quarter of the movie was like coming of age, like the kids dealing with like struggles of their own.
There's long periods, where Jake's not even in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's not in it for like an hour and a half.
You
total.
Think for at
like
least
total.
So what is that? That's not a quarter of the movie. It's like what? That's like half of the movie.
Almost half. It felt like.
It did feel
I could
like
be way off.
Well, but no. So when they were dealing with that, the score was my favorite part. Like all the tension in those moments, like they were like it was like childhood tension,
right?
I guess. And that music was fucking awesome.
And like the kid fucking up, like it's funny how it was just like relatable shit.
When he gets abandoned out in the sea.
Yeah,
that music was so good. I remember thinking when he's underwater, when he first gets saved by that creature. I don't remember what they're called. It's like this is a whale.
Doesn't matter.
It's an alien whale.
The movie was about saving the whales.
Yeah. It was an alien whale, but it was very like heavy, low synth or something, or strings that sounded like synth, you know. And it was like I was like, oh shit, this is so good.
It was great. Beautiful.
Yeah. Good times. Good times at the Way of Water.
I wish I would have seen it in theaters. I really regret not doing that.
Yeah. Well, we've got a lot to look forward to, ladies and gents.
I'll be there night 1 for Avatar 3. I'm not fucking this up again.
I'll be there too.
I apologize to James Cameron.
We got Asteroid City coming up.
Is that this Friday?
Next Friday. It's next Friday.
The 22nd or whatever.
23rd. You can go at Music Box the day before at night. On the 22nd, it's a secret showing or like pre-show thing. It's not a secret.
Anymore.
It's a hidden gem.
Yeah. It's small little theater. Nobody's heard of it.
And then fucking Oppenheimer.
I'm not in. I don't care.
That's gonna be wild.
Christopher Nolan's a hack.
Word. Hot take. You should go see it still.
No.
And then one more. Oh, Barbie.
I'll probably end up seeing that.
But I'm gonna segue because we have 2 special movies to get off this chest of mine.
Yeah. I really don't have anything other to add. That was just a big old gay love fest for Jim, Big Dick Jim.
Yeah, Jimmy. You mean James? Jimmy, Jim.
Jim is short for James. Yeah.
Right.
That's what he goes by.
I
know my guys.
Yeah.
De Niro goes by Bob.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
He's the man. Did you watch The Comedian yet?
No, I don't think so.
You gotta get on that.
The Comedian.
Yeah.
It's
a small time De Niro film. I'm trying to do it on the episode.
Spoiler
That's not when
alert
he's the
for a future episode.
No, it's not Joker.
No.
It's not the king of comedy.
I'm pretty sure I have seen The Comedian.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. Hang on. There's no... I remember a Robert De Niro where he is... No, I haven't. I have not. Never mind.
Correct.
So anyways, 2016?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Never seen it.
Interesting movie is what I'll say.
No
spoilers for the conversation.
We were going to talk about Paddington.
And
Paddington 2.
Correct. This is a big moment.
It is.
So, little backstory for the folks at home. Well, this got on my radar when the internet blew up when Paddington 2 came out in theaters, and for a very, very long stretch was the highest rated movie in history on Rotten Tomatoes. It had the most reviews while being at 100%. So it was like however many 100 reviews was the most reviews any movie had while maintaining 100% positive. So it was like the meme going on the internet was like, oh, it's the greatest movie ever made, like Paddington 2. And I was like, it's really interesting reading just how well reviewed this movie is. Like, I'm just fascinated by that. At some point, somebody came along and ruined it like they did with Lady Bird, which I don't know how you could have a negative review for either movie. I love Paddington, Paddington 2, and Lady Bird all very much. You haven't seen Lady Bird?
No.
What?
No, I never seen Lady Bird.
Why do you think Greta Gerwig has all this hype? That was the big one.
Was it Lady Bird?
That was the big one. Yeah.
It's a movie we're talking about.
Correct.
All right, I'll check it out.
Dude.
Don't ruin anything.
Come on.
Is it about a dog?
No.
Oh. I watched a lot of King of the Hill.
It's Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah.
However you pronounce that.
I don't know. Who is that?
World-renowned actress.
Okay. Got it.
Multiple Oscar nominee already. She's like 25.
That's incredible.
Great talent. You should see Lady Bird. Huge Oscar darling.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's exciting. But anyway, so yeah. Paddington 2 was the best movie ever made for a minute.
Yes. according to some jokesters.
And they were right.
No complaints.
It's honestly better than the first one because it's just such a great follow-up.
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
I think the first one is underrated. By default.
It's hard to rent, for me at least.
Yeah, Justice couldn't figure out how to rent a movie on YouTube. He's like, it says it's unavailable. I have to buy it. And then
I almost bought it for $15.
All you had to do was, I don't know. All I did was search it, and it was just there for like $2.99 to rent. And so he finally did it. It took about 2 months because he spent that long figuring out how to rent it.
Yep, and I got it, and I rented it, and I watched it, and I sat with myself for a while, and I thought, damn, this is a great little bear, you know?
What a fun guy.
Just really interested in, what the future holds for him.
So I didn't know anything about this guy. I didn't read these books. These are like sophisticated books, I assume.
What does that mean, sophisticated books?
Like when I was a kid, I was reading Pizza Pat. You ever read Pizza Pat?
I was doing Calvin and Hobbes.
No, see, that's too heady. I didn't do any of that
philosophical
shit.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
I didn't read that.
Oh. Well,
I read Spiderwick Chronicles.
I did that.
I didn't see that movie, but it got bad reviews. But I know Seth Rogen was in it. I need to check that out still. That's on a long list for me.
That's funny.
What's that one about David? No, David. I read No, David.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck that is.
What else?
Everybody Poops?
No, never read that. Maybe.
Oh, no.
I don't know. That could be pre-memory. I was a big shitter. I was shitting early, I think. I don't remember. Or it was traumatic, and I blocked it all out.
No. Anyway, so you're saying Paddington falls in the category of these dumbass kids books?
They're not novels, are they? I thought they were picture books. So this is what I'm saying. I just don't know anything about... I don't still. Are they novels? Am I way off?
I could not tell you, to be honest.
Well, then who the fuck? Who are you? What is that about?
I watched it solely for the purpose of enjoying a nice animated bear. You could get into the shenanigans, I didn't know that they were books. I think I heard it along the way. You know?
Thought that this was all an original story?
Sure. Yeah. Nicole Kidman was in it. I just didn't.
Yeah,
really
right. Why? How could they get all these stars if it wasn't like a big thing?
A renowned kids book. Lame.
Although the books are divided into chapters and each book has a time frame, the stories are all work as standalone stories, and many of them are used like this in the there's a TV series?
What a great time.
Well,
Look
so
at
this doesn't
cute
tell me
bear.
anything, though. You can't click on any of these books. It doesn't tell me how long they are or anything.
Oh, this one's Paddington Gets in a Jam. Cute. I bet it's Marmalade.
Is it a picture book?
It looks like it.
Okay.
Oh, he's got an adventure diary on his official website. I'm a big fan. I didn't
There
even
was
know.
a BBC cartoon that has 56 episodes.
And there is a life-size
Stop
bronze...
motion. It's stop motion.
What?
The show.
That's fun as hell. Hook
There was
it
a
up.
Hanna-Barbera version in 1989, one season.
I love Hanna-Barbera.
Who doesn't?
Barbara? Isn't
And
it
there's a-
Hanna-Barbara?
No.
It isn't?
No.
Oh.
There's an animated show that has 3 seasons, 103 episodes that is currently on international television, I guess.
I would love some...
I mean, I love that he loves marmalade. I love that he has a sandwich in his hat at all times.
just for emergencies.
Adorable.
Life-size Paddington sculpture with a marmalade sandwich. I shit you not. It's real.
How much?
Oh no, I think it's just like on display. It's like it's like a public
right,
installation
Well, we
piece.
need to go to England.
Yeah, I would assume it's in England, right?
Did you know that flights to London... we should go to London. Okay, we'll talk about that. Flights are cheaper than you think.
All right.
And there's
Is
ways
it
to...
less than $700?
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's way... You can go for like $300 round trip. Real
oh.
talk. I've seen some things. We might have to do some dingy stuff, but I'll make it happen.
Word. I have a couple great stills from this first film. I
He made me
believe.
suck it out of a hose. What?
This one is my dog.
He does look very much like a dog.
Yeah.
I love it. He's adorable. His jacket's nice. His hat's cute.
The suspension of disbelief that this bear just comes from Peru and it speaks, English is just like so much fun. Like
The origin story is fun and delightful, although tragic and sad.
this is all just I got a lot of screen grabs of Nicole Kidman in a scientist outfit. Very nice. Oh, this is a good fit too. She's got this wonderful green pea coat on.
And you have your thumb gently caressing her nipple.
Yep. That same green. Oh, this one, leather.
Okay, why are we
Secret
reviewing
agent
photos?
outfit.
This is an audio medium.
We'll post them later.
No,
you
we
can
won't.
see all of them.
No, we won't.
Yes, we will. It's a great, honestly, such a visually captivating movie. I had a great time with this bear. It looks great, as an animated film.
Yeah, it fit.
For what he is.
Animating him into the thing, yeah, it all looks flawless.
Oh my God,
The
so good.
direction's great. The still framing and the symmetrical shots and like the cinematography, it was all great. Like A+ quality, everything.
Great.
Beautiful. Yeah, just an all-around delight. It reminded me of a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, with the way that they played with his imagination was definitely very like Wes Anderson. And
I mean,
I
like the
felt like
framing and stuff too, though, like the camera work.
Yeah. Well, when it got into like, I feel like the narrating, it got into that whole like Wes Anderson style shot filmography.
Right.
It was super fun.
And
they did it for the first one and the second one too. Like they stayed true to that.
Yeah, it was the same director, which is important. There's going to be a third one, and he's not doing it, so that's interesting. I'm a little worried about that.
What do we think?
But you know what that guy's doing?
What?
Or just did? It's coming out. He did the new Wonka movie, the musical with Chalamet.
Oh, that's so fun. That's going to be amazing.
We'll see. I mean, I trust it a lot more now that I know that it's this dude.
Yeah.
Because he's a great director. Like, children's movie or not, these movies are fucking well made.
Yeah,
Especially
absolutely.
for a children's movie, it's like fucking Spielberg shit.
That whole
it's like
shit with
E.T.
when he fills the bathroom up in the first one, That was amazing.
Incredible. His little shenanigans are so fun. He just keeps getting stuck on stuff because of all the marmalade, and it just spirals out of control.
It's not just a marmalade. He's also just a klutz, you know? He's just like unbalanced.
Right, yes. He's a big dork, and it's adorable.
And he's friends with all the animals, so it usually gets him out of the pickle, you know? He's got the neighborhood dog under his belt.
So to me, this is what I liked about the second one more, is that he became friends with the entire neighborhood, so just everybody likes everybody. Well, just like we said with Avatar, it's just more fun.
Yeah.
Hey, let's make the second movie just way more fun all around.
Yeah.
It's like, why would that ever be a bad thing?
They kind of like worried so much less about the interpersonal relationships in the second one, like the families.
Right, everybody was just all good.
And it's just so many. It felt like so many moving parts, you know.
The first time.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the struggle that they had trying to get evidence to get him out of jail in the second one was so fun because we only saw the fun parts of it.
And it was so absurd.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's just nonsense. Whereas, the first one, the story was too small.
Yeah.
Which it had to be. It's a setup.
Yeah.
But that's right. It's one of the rare times where a sequel is an improvement.
I think that, I would love to make a Paddington.
To work with. I mean, the idea that this fucking bear went to prison is just hilarious.
Oh, yes. That's why it's such a good follow-up, too. For Paddington 2, like, Paddington goes to jail. It's like, oh, this is going to be so fun.
And Hugh Grant is the villain.
With also...
just going all the way with it.
My favorite part is when he's in jail at the end,
and he teaches Brian Gleason how to make marmalade and changes his entire life, even though he's a murderer.
Yeah, Mad Eye Moody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of just like standard, like solid, just little jokes throughout both of them.
I think it's pretty.
They're charmingly funny.
It was a great...
They're smart movies for children's movies. Like, they don't play to dumb American kids. They play to smart British kids, which is great.
So is that the other thing? Is that
which means
the books themselves is probably bigger in Britain?
Which means they play to American adults. They play to British children. Yes, it's a British thing overall.
Yeah, they played really well to me.
Which is why it's an all British cast and set there and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mad Eye Moody. And
which is probably why we're not
Gambit.
aware of it also. I'm sure it's a smaller thing in the U.S., but it seems to be pretty big.
No, they
general.
gave us dumb books and they gave them the smarty books. And it's bullshit.
No, isn't Alice in Wonderland, isn't that guy British?
Yeah, but I don't think he was making educational books.
What do you...
Or he wasn't making books like Paddington.
What do you mean?
Other than Alice in Wonderland, I don't think he was making other stuff.
There's like 10 of those.
There's 10 Alice in Wonderland stories? I thought it was 2 novels.
There's just Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, and that's it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Either way, he's made a ton of stuff. Isn't that
Lewis
C.S.
Carroll?
Lewis?
No, it's Lewis Carroll. C.S. Lewis is someone else.
Is that The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Narnia. I don't think that they were the same either. I think C.S. Lewis was like some Christian, like a zealot or something.
You don't know what a zealot is.
Yeah, I don't.
You're not using that word. Even if he was, you're not using that word correctly.
Yeah. Isn't it technically offensive?
A zealot? Yeah, I don't think you want to be that.
No, I don't think that I would want to be C.S. Lewis either. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Wait.
Not, Paddington 1 and Paddington 2,
He also wrote Jabberwocky, don't forget that.
Not... What? What do you mean he wrote Jabberwocky?
Lewis Carroll.
That's a whole other book? Just about the Jabberwocky?
What? That's from Alice in Wonderland also?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yes. Well, it's like a long it's technically a poem, but it's like pretty long.
Oh, I did not know that. Is that like about like what his worst nightmare or something? It's just his big creature thing?
Yes, correct. And then there's also The Hunting of the Shark.
Is that a book that he wrote?
It is typically categorized as a nonsense poem.
So he just writes nonsense poems. But
either way,
that doesn't count.
I'm sure he's written other things. Those are just the...
Oh, you think the Wikipedia is inaccurate, huh?
No, because you have to go to Works to find it. Okay. Rhyme and Reason. A Tangled Tale, Sylvie and Bruno, The Nursery Alice, Sylvie and Bruno
All right,
Concluded,
we
Pillow
get it.
Problems, What the Tortoise Said to Achilles, Three Sunsets and Other Poems, The Manlet. So yes, he wrote other things, as writers tend to do.
He wrote mathematical works too.
I see that.
Mathematica. Symbolic Logic Part 1.
You can't even read.
That's true.
Can't read the title, you're not going to be able to read the book, bub.
The Alphabet Cipher. All right, well, anyway, Lewis Carroll, I get it. He wrote stuff. What are you trying to say about it?
I don't remember now. You took me on the tangent.
Sucks to suck.
It was something about Paddington.
It was something
British.
about Paddington.
British
You think he
books.
wrote childhood novels or whatever like Paddington? No, he didn't.
British books in the U.S. is what we were saying.
We don't
But
like
there are
any
plenty
other
of that.
Lewis Carroll other than Alice in Wonderland. And that's the facts, sister.
Nah, you like the Tim Burton movies because you're a loser.
Is that Lewis Carroll too? What are you saying?
Alice in Wonderland?
What about Alice in Wonderland? And then
You like the Tim Burton movies.
Oh, I don't like the Tim Burton movies.
You're so stoned.
They're fun.
I said it clear as day. There was nothing confusing.
Yeah, I was talking about Alice in Wonderland, and
And then I said
didn't
you
think
liked
about
the-
I didn't think about the movies. Yeah, I forgot that he did those movies.
Correct. You love them?
No.
Yeah, you like that shit.
No.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Didn't you say you were a Burton head?
I like. Isn't that That's Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice 2 coming soon.
I like the Batman. I like Tim Burton's Batman,
Michael Keaton repraising Batman in The Flash coming soon.
which is super fun.
I'm not going to see that, probably.
I won't see it in theaters. It's DC, right?
Yep.
That's fun.
I
I'll support
mean,
DC before I support
Batman's
Marvel
in
any
it,
day.
so it would be.
Right. You know, all
Ben Affleck also
Gold.
is Batman still, because that's how long they filmed that movie.
Oh. What?
It's like a multiverse movie.
Got it.
So it's Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton as Batman.
Across different times.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then it's Ezra Miller as both times.
Right on. He's so creepy.
They. Asshole.
They're
You're
so
such
creepy.
a piece of shit. How could you? Anyway.
Is that's okay. All right. Anyway, they're creepy.
Must be so nice and easy to be a cis white male like you.
You too, bitch.
I respect people's pronouns.
I didn't know that
Uh-huh.
Ezra
Well,
Miller's
maybe you should
pronouns.
educate yourself. Maybe you should educate yourself.
This is dumb. This is honestly, why am I getting roasted for this? You're supposed to check these notes. You call this a fucking show?
I'm bringing Twitter to your face, bitch.
This is dumb. Don't listen to him. That is your pronouns, right?
What?
What did you say?
I go by Zimzer.
You're an asshole.
Excuse me?
It's a year.
You don't
fucking
respect
asshole.
my wishes? Anyway. You guys get the bit. We could loop that back around 10 or 12 times.
Yeah, it's true. You're gonna get yelled at by
That's-
your neighbor while you're listening to this.
Which neighbor?
No, like the person listening to the podcast.
Ah.
Yeah.
You think they're going to be blasting this so loud that their
Yep.
neighbor can hear it?
Yeah.
Word for word,
Yep.
clear as day.
Yep.
Hey, if it happens, do it. Let's see. Email us, rfatpodcast@gmail.com. Let me know what happens. Subject line.
Neighbors.
Yeah, sure.
I'm a bad neighbor.
I couldn't think of anything else.
I'm fat. You know, you're for a Tuesday.
Yeah, do it. Ryan Russillo, life advice style. Give me height, weight, and then what happened. Thank you.
5'7", 140 pounds.
Could you imagine listening to this voice at full volume on like a loudspeaker? Tragic.
Yeah, I've done it. Just for my parts. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
just for I cut them. I record them again and then I cut them just for my part. You're just, I don't know. Anyway.
What? A faggot? Is that what you were going to call me? You should have seen him. He trembled that F.
I did not.
Like he bit his bottom lip. He was about to. He was about to do it. You should have seen him. Look at him.
I did not.
Beat red guilty right now, too.
That's not true.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the massacre that this man has slain across your ears on this episode today.
In Pride Month, too.
In Pride Month, too. Right in the smack dab in the heart middle of it.
You said it.
Said what?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to go back and sample that.
Remember when that waiter called you that?
He did.
No, he didn't.
You say that every time, but then you say he did.
He didn't.
It's absurd.
But he did. But he didn't.
See,
But
I don't know what to believe. I think he did.
do you actually?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I set it on my Google Maps review.
I know. That's so crazy because he didn't.
But you're saying that he did.
Yeah, but he 100% didn't. I totally made that up. I don't even know why everybody went along with it. I didn't expect them to.
So you're telling me that he didn't say that? And
Of
I
course
bet that
not. Of course he didn't say that.
What
I
did
thought
I
it was
say?
clear. And I thought that you were just playing along.
He was so mean to me, though.
Was he?
I don't know. I think so.
Well, you were high and being a dumb fuck. You were spitting seltzer water out of your mouth onto your shirt in gallons. You went through a whole cup of seltzer just pouring it onto one spot of your shirt. You went through the whole
That is
cup.
not true.
Because you poured it direct.
I
you
drank some
dabbed
too.
some,
I drank some too.
and then you spit it out. And you went all over with the seltzer water at a restaurant. So, yeah, he might have been a little rude about it.
Well,
Can you
see?
blame him? You were
That-
acting like a 7-year-old boy.
That's why it adds up, though.
But if anything, he would have called you a retard.
We're not normalizing either of those words.
Retard's back. For sure.
I didn't. Well, you heard it here, folks.
Oh, no, it's been back. I'm not. I wish I had the bravery and the courage.
From the Discord servers to the YouTubers, retard is back.
Thank you. He admits it. Everybody, clip that. Clip that.
This is awful.
MicrowaveMinutes.com. Clip that.
We're gonna get fucked.
Link the site.
Yo, you think we didn't have listeners? Now we're totally fucked.
At justice _
That's 3 J's if you want to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Paddington 2.
Fucking masterpiece. Hugh Grant just turned all the way up playing a cartoon
Seriously.
character in person. Again, has no real motive for doing whatever he does. This one's just completely silly and fun.
He's
and
just a
for
rich
no
man.
reason. Yeah, it's literally a
He plays
guy.
himself, basically.
It's a guy after a dumb treasure that makes no sense, and everything that happens doesn't really make any sense. But it's silly and fun, and it's basically a Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoon, just live action. Unlike the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie, which, as a child, I didn't understand how tragic it was that Robert De Niro played that guy in that movie, but now I do, and it ruins my fondness for that movie that I had nostalgically because I love Robert De Niro, and it's upsetting to think about.
What are you saying?
You need to learn how to fucking listen to people, okay?
No.
Learn how to speak English, okay?
Okay.
You act
hang
like I'm
on.
talking Spanish when people go like,
No,
whatever. I can't
don't
do it
I've
'cause I
never
don't even
seen
know
the
a full
Rocky and
sentence.
Bullwinkle movies. Is it a bad thing that he was on that movie? You're saying?
yes.
Why?
He played Boris.
Oh,
He's Robert De Niro.
Boris, like the boy?
Do you not know what Rocky and Bullwinkle is?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it. I mean, no, I don't think I've seen it.
It's a live action animated, actually, kind of like Paddington. Weirdly relevant.
How many are there?
There's one.
Oh,
It was a huge bomb and a critical disaster, but I loved it because I was 4.
yeah. Had you seen Rocky and Bullwinkle prior to?
The cartoon, yeah,
Yes.
loved it.
Oh, okay.
as well as Sherman.
Is that a Hanna-Barbera?
No,
Barbera?
no.
Oh,
It's the people who also do Dudley Do Right, I believe.
I don't know what that is
Whatever
either.
That was a live-action movie as well, starring Brendan Fraser, also a huge bomb and critical failure. Didn't see that one, though. But I owned Rocky and Bullwinkle on VHS. Shout out Aunt Cheryl at Blockbuster. Honestly, the ending of Blockbuster was the ending of all society, and it's ruined everything.
I'm
You know what I was
sorry.
thinking about the other day, Justice?
What?
I was thinking about how, man, in the summer, these times, there'd be nothing really on TV, and I would just watch baseball. And for like a few years, I like deeply knew and was rooted and invested in the White Sox. And it was great. It felt great. It's how I feel about being invested in the Bears. It's fulfilling. And you know why I don't do that anymore? Because now we have all these options. And you know what I do with these options? I look around and I settle on something I've already seen. And it's a huge waste of time. We need to undo it all, man. It's wrong. It's wrong. We all thought it was better. Because I'm talking like we didn't even have on demand. You know what I mean? So it was
Yeah.
like whatever's on, that's what you get.
Yeah.
And that's what we need again, man. Because who gives a fuck? Like, keep on demand of things that have come. Like, so, you know, you don't have to watch a show live for no reason. That makes no sense. Like, keep Succession up the whole time
Yeah.
on demand. But
Yeah.
we got to have scheduled programming.
Oh.
Like, make me work for it. Don't make it a list. Like, have things that are on. But it's like, if you want to watch something, you have to go through levels. You know what I mean? You got to dig for that thing in your on-demand service.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of just, oh, here's a large display. Looks great, but you're not going to find... It's all on the outside. There's nothing in there.
Robert De Niro isn't even Boris in that.
He's not?
No, he's Fearless Leader. And then
That's right.
Jason
okay.
Alexander
That's
is
right.
Boris.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Excuse me. I haven't seen it in 20 years.
I don't mean to correct you, but
Well,
I
no.
just really looked into this movie, and I am just
That's right.
stoked to see
Jason
it.
Alexander. And who was Natasha?
Natasha was Renee Russo.
Okay.
But sign me up for some Rocky and Bullwinkle. That's all I'm saying.
But he does the Russian accent. It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah. I believe you. I don't doubt that it's a bad movie.
Well, here's the thing. No, I'm saying I might enjoy it a lot, but it's just sad for De Niro.
Yeah.
But it's not, because I mean he can do whatever he wants. He's a king, and I'm sure he got paid like $2 million or whatever. So it doesn't matter.
You know,
But it is just like, come on, buddy.
comparably, I just think that because Paddington was mostly, when it was animated, it was just the bear happening on screen. It gets like low credibility, but I think it deserves more. It was like, so much fun.
You have to think about how hard it is to interact with something that isn't there.
I agree. I think that both the first and second one did such a good job at just having that
like
really
at
good
least I'm sure.
realness.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, Avatar, I'm sure, was a fucking nightmare to shoot, especially because they were all underwater the whole fucking time. Yeah. But the idea of like when it's all on a green screen, though, like Marvel, at least none of it's there.
Yeah.
So you have to imagine that nothing's there, so you have to set up a whole different mindset. But this one, it's like, oh, just the little bear isn't there, but everything else still has to matter the same way. So you're acting live action and animated at the same time. That has to be hard.
Yeah, yeah. Agreed.
I wonder if they just got like a little boy.
Probably.
Or like a stand. There had to be some kind of stand-in. But somebody had to do the motions. Maybe it was the guy who did all the good ones. What's his name? Andy Serkis.
Who's that?
He did like Gollum, and he did all the new Planet of the Apes movies, and he did like all that type of shit where it's some crawly CGI character.
Weird. That's weird if it's
He's a
just
big mocap guy.
Yeah. Mocap.
Yeah.
Motion capture. That's short for motion capture, people.
Yeah. Sorry. I forgot I'm the only one in the industry.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
Scam call.
I get it. You're saying that you don't
Hello?
have motion graphic listeners.
Hello?
It's on speaker.
I ruined the bit. Yeah, that was tragic. I was going to fuck with that guy. I hit speaker. I think the volume wasn't up. I didn't do it fast enough. Not a pro. Amateur move.
Would you do
Seppuku.
that for your bit if somebody tried to call you on stage? Would you do that? Would you answer it? It could go anywhere. Anybody could call you.
What do you mean on stage? We're not on stage.
Oh, well, hypothetically.
Probably not. No, I
Right.
probably wouldn't have my phone on me.
That makes sense. That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Very,
Unlike you.
very logical.
You were on your phone for about half of this recording.
I was checking Avatar 2. Just going over the plot, you know. Do you want to talk about Avatar more?
No.
Did you miss out on quality Avatar time?
No, I don't. I mean, like I said, it's just I would just be like, oh, that scene was sick, and then that scene was sick, and then that scene was sick, and then I liked when that thing happened, and I liked this. You know, that's it. It was all great. Same with Paddington, really, to be honest. I just want everybody to go fucking watch those. It like revitalized my interest in the idea that a children's movie could be feasibly entertaining.
Yeah.
Outside of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Did you see that yet?
I didn't see it. You can ruin it for me if you want.
No, I can't, and I won't. It's genuinely a masterpiece.
Right on.
Dumbass. Don't let anyone ruin it for you. Don't ruin it for yourself. It's fantastic.
I don't.
You thought the first one was great. This is the same thing we're talking about with both Paddington 2 and Avatar 2.
It's a great follow-up.
It's better of a. It's an improvement of a follow-up better than both of those. It is an astronomically improvement over what was already a great film.
We've got a lot of Spider-Mans, though, man. I don't know if we need any more.
No, but they do it artistically and wonderfully. This is all that anybody has to do is try and think and spend time and care and craft.
They got any
This
Mulaney
is what we
in there?
need.
Spider Pig in there?
Archival,
Okay.
but yes.
Got it.
Nothing new, no.
Got it.
There are more cameos, more references, more everything. Better animation, better combination, just in everything. Everything.
Isn't Tobey Maguire in it?
Technically.
Got it.
So is Garfield.
Sick.
Everybody's in it.
Why Garfield?
They connect it back to Venom. They connect everything.
Sick.
Everything.
Sick.
Yes.
So they be paying people out. Marvel be doing it.
No, Sony does it.
Oh, right.
Marvel does the shitty live action ones with Tom Holland that are really bad because they're just about Iron Man.
Yeah. Gay.
I tried to watch No Way Home once and we shut it off.
Not a fan.
No. So, I kind of want to watch the one that's with Tobey Maguire though.
Like the originals?
No.
Which one are you talking about?
There's a new one.
Oh, it's
There's a multiverse one.
Yeah, what's it called again? Not
don't
No Way Home. It's the one after No Way Home, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Or I tried to watch the first one, sorry. Homecoming.
Oh, and No Way Home is the one with Tobey Maguire.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
And then Pee Pee Poo Poo is the one.
Yeah, there's one other one. I don't know.
There is another one. And it's this one, bitches. But it's not.
But go see
It's
it.
the Sony one.
Don't be fucking stupid. Go see it. Like, you missing it in theaters would be just as tragic as me missing Avatar 2. You don't want to do that to yourself and regret it the way I do. This is what I'm saying to you.
You've been living with that regret for 6 months now, and I'm just now hearing about this, so it must not be that bad.
I talked about it on the podcast multiple times, which just means that you don't fucking listen to it, you piece of shit. Some kind of friend or you.
Fuck that. You need to feel the shame of missing that IMAX experience because you know it's not going to come around again for another 4 or 5 years.
The next one's supposed to come out next year, I think.
Well, then you could see 1 and 2 again in
Also,
theaters
the
when
next
they release them.
the next Spider-Man is technically supposed to come out next March.
Oh, that's fun.
So you need to get on it. It's going to be delayed more than likely, but you need to go see the fucking movie.
Boogers.
Go tonight. What are you doing?
Shitting. Not going to a movie, that's for sure.
You should.
I can't just spontaneously go to a movie, man.
Why?
This is not how I work.
You think you're a routine scheduled individual?
Yeah, it's just not. It's not in my routine. I gotta plan it. I gotta schedule it.
You're not a planner.
I am a planner. You don't know shit about shit.
Well, you're horrible
You know-
at executing
You
them.
know how good I was about executing my Paddington 2 plans after my Paddington 1 experience?
What, you just watch the movies back to back?
Basically,
That's not a plan.
but with a day in between. It was perfect.
You just said, I'm going to watch one movie each night.
Yeah, basically. That's
Brilliant
called good
planning.
fucking planning.
Yeah, you should plan a heist next.
I'll try to. It's going to
I
go
watched
fabulously.
Inside Man for the first time. Have you seen that?
No.
It was okay.
I've been really still on The Simpsons because I'm a piece of shit and I feel like getting stupider.
Well, you need to get... No, The Simpsons is a great show for like 10 years.
It's a great time. I'm having a great time. I'm on season 7 right now.
Yeah, you're at like the peak.
Oh, it's an experience.
Well, yeah, every episode was like a classic for a while. Feels
Yeah,
like.
they love.
Did you see Marge vs. the Monorail yet? I forget what season
I did
that's in.
see Marge
Is that
vs.
like
the
season
Monorail. No, that's 6. I'm
Is
pretty
it?
sure 5 or
Okay,
6. I think
okay.
it might be late 5, early 6.
Yeah, that's like the peak, that range, 5 and 6. Do they go to New York yet? You see that one?
No, but the guy from Mr. Show is on it.
Bob
So they
Odenkirk?
might, yeah. I don't know if it was. Maybe it's
David
Mr.
Cross?
Show. It's not David Cross. I don't think.
Well, those
Not
are the
Mr.
two
Show.
guys.
Wait, not Mr. Show. Sorry. The fuck. I'm not gonna remember
The
it.
Critic?
The Critic.
Yeah,
Is that what I'm talking about? The same thing?
John Lovitz. It stinks.
I think so. Yes.
How do you not know stuff?
Because he doesn't make his references. He's just a character within The Simpsons for that time. But he's like, you guys should come on to my show. And Bart goes, no. We're not gonna do that. No.
Well, it's not just a reference within The Simpsons. That was a show. It
Oh.
was made by creators of The Simpsons, and it was on at the same time, and it wasn't on very long.
And it was called.
The Critic. It was about a movie critic. And they have a crossover episode where he comes to Springfield and does a film festival. It's really good.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. It's called The Critic. Oh,
Yeah, that was
I
a
would
real
love
show. They did that crossover to try to promote it. It's a real show. He doesn't just exist on that one episode of The Simpsons. It's a great show. It's set in New York. He's friends with a fake Arnold Schwarzenegger type. He's got an awkward son and a hot ex-wife, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's great.
And then
Severely underappreciated show.
so do they go to visit him when they go to New York? Is that
I don't know if that's a thing.
so? I haven't seen them in New York yet.
Well, there's an episode where they go to New York. I remember. Homer gets like a bunch of parking tickets and stuff.
Sick.
It's great. It's a really good one.
I'm excited for that. Well, hey, I got something to look forward to this time.
Yeah, so you're going to
On
do...
Requiem for a Tuesday.
So you should do the full Simpsons recap pod.
Jesus Christ, I should do one now. I should
series.
segment it a little bit. Seasons 1 through 8, maybe.
No, you got to do an hour per season.
An hour per season?
Yeah, you got to give me 30 eps. Or what are they on, 35 now? I don't even know. on season
They
33
vary.
maybe?
I think they vary a little bit for the first 6 seasons. They're a little bit longer, then a little bit shorter. I don't know.
Oh, I don't mean... No, they're all 22 minutes.
No, I mean episodes per season.
Oh, right. I didn't mean that either. I meant how many seasons do they have?
Oh, I think
meant
it's
what I said.
26.
No, they're definitely way more than that. Came out in 1989.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so they're on 33 or 34 or something like that.
Holy shit.
It's a real one.
So, yeah, you're thinking a season per...
An hour per season.
An hour per season. Okay, so, yeah.
Yeah, one episode per season. Maybe a short one for season 1 because it's only a few episodes.
I could get down on that. That could be fun.
And then you got to do the movie.
Love the movie.
It is good.
But maybe now within the context of watching the show for 34 seasons after I may
Well, no, you have to watch
say.
the movie when it came out, appropriate to the seasons. The seasons while they were making the movie were horrific, and that was the beginning of the end, and then the movie came out, and then it was okay for a couple more years, and then it really fell off a cliff again.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then I don't think I'm going to get very far.
No, you have to watch it all now. You're on you can't just watch
no.
12 seasons and then not see what happens.
Oh, God.
I think the movie was 2008, so whatever year that was.
2007, July 27th,
Then how about that?
2007.
You have to make it up to the season, you know what I mean? The appropriate season, and then when the movie came out.
Yeah.
End at the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's only 18, 19 seasons.
I'm only in, holy shit, I'm only in 1994, 95 right now.
You weren't even alive yet, bro.
In season 6. Yeah, I just watched, let's see here. I've seen Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 1,
That's great.
which I'm pretty sure is, no. So the director of the movie is David Silverman, just for reference. And that means I still have to watch so far to the movie, at least season 19. I'm on 6.
It came out when?
2007.
That's when it started?
Wait, what? The movie?
What were we talking about?
What season I'm on right now? I'm in 1994. I'm on season 6. That'll be fun. I think that's gonna be super fun. The Treehouse of Horror, the Halloween specials they do every season,
They're great.
they just get better and better.
Yeah.
Which, who wouldn't be
I like
excited?
the one when Homer goes into the 3-dimensional world by accident. That's my favorite Treehouse of Horror.
I haven't seen it.
I think
haven't
that's
seen
Treehouse of Horror 12. I always get it wrong.
Also,
It's a later one.
Director of the movie also has done some episodes. One of them being the 138th episode spectacular. Damn. Let's do this shit.
All right, so let me know. 11 seasons from now.
Yeah, for sure. You know, this has been really good. I'm glad we're all on the same page with this Paddington 2, and Way of the Water experience.
Absolutely.
No gripes or concerns.
Just beautiful times with beautiful people and bears.
And
Fish.
bears. God, I loved that bear at the end.
It's the best.
Dude, the fact that Lucy got to go to England.
Beautiful. I felt so good for her. All she wanted to do was go to England her whole life.
Those last 20 minutes of that film were just so pulling at every heartstring in every good way.
Absolutely.
I just loved it. Even at the end, Hugh Grant, again, fucking
Singing.
highlight character once again.
The role of a lifetime for Hugh Grant.
Every time. He just needed an audience. It was amazing. That was the message. You know, some pieces of shit, they just want an audience, even if that's a bunch of inmates.
If you're listening, inmates, that means me. That was code for me.
Yeah,
Give me an audience. Somebody get me an audience. People, gather around. Listen here. Somebody listen to this fucking show. All right. Thanks for listening. Rate, review, subscribe to Requiem for Tuesday. Justice, thanks for hopping on.
I hope that this episode is popular in jail.
Woo! And remember, I are fat. You are fat. We are fat. Calculator.